Justice Not Just Legal Part 17 in audio. Charlotte, you don't need to hide from Kyle and me. We know who you are and we understand. You need to hide your identity as we do, only you are not a fugitive as we are. My daddy would tease me. He would say that he knew you were a boy and that I would marry you one day, but I have always known you were a girl. Kyle has always known that too. He loves you, something powerful. He would die for you, Charlotte. He loves you as I do, and that is something awful much. It is getting late, let's hurry and get over to Jack's place. It is where we are headed. He has a nice big bedroom for me and a giant bed. We will sleep together tonight. We will go to bed early and make all of our plans. Charlotte feels as if a tornado came along and it has sucked her up into the sky, and it is whirling her around thousands of feet in the air. She wonders where she will land. Will she hit the ground hard when she falls? Or will she float on some cloud up here forever? This little girl has some vital plans in mind. She is very somber and her speech is very positive and firm. For a little girl she sure seems grown up to Charlotte. Kyle has been spying on the two little girls, but he gives it up and put his binoculars away. Something about that strange girl has struck a sense of reality. He had never felt like this before. Whoever this strange girl is giving him an awesome feeling. He wonders if it is because he had not seen a girl for so long. Then he feels foolish for the thought. He has been living with a girl for over a year. He even sleeps with her sometimes. Of course she is just a child, not that she is anything less than what a teenage girl would be. She does not seem like a child now. Sometimes she is as a teenager to Kyle. Kyle is eager to meet this girl. She is not much older than Smidgen, at least that is the way it appears. My dear Chad, this is Sasha, Charlotte Chapman. She is the Phantom girl. She says the teen Phantom sent her in his place, but it is, as you know, she must keep her identity hidden as we do. She has chosen a neat way to do it, do you think? Charlotte drops her gear to the ground and hugs Kyle as she had in her dream. She pours her love out to him. She feels so grateful. He is just like she had pictured him in her mind. It is a time Kyle will never forget. He has looked forward for so long to meet the Phantom girl, and here she is in his arms. She is just a little girl. She's much younger than he is. She is not much different than Smidgen. She is more filled out like a woman though. She looks so young, but she has an adult air about her. It is hard to view her writing that column. Her love pierces the depth of his being. Little Smidgen knew more about the Phantom girl than he did. After a lengthy hug they stand analyzing each other. Then, Charlotte, with tears escaping, speaks with deep sincerity. This is a great day in my life. I am so grateful to find both of you alive and happy. With a big lively smile Smidgen speaks, it's getting late. We had better be heading for Jack's place. It was a shocking fact to learn that the wolf that Charlotte had seen turns out to be Cynthia's pretty dog. Sneaky and Pretty Dog become friends very quickly. It is sunset when they reach Jack's place. Annie's meeting with Smidgen is touching. Annie is so happy that her best friend is still alive. Annie takes the little girl in her arms as a little child and she hugs her for quite some time. There are no outsiders, so there is no need to use their alias names. It is a nice visit with the others in the lodge. Then Cynthia, Annie and Charlotte are off to that giant bedroom as there are plans to be made. It was not a difficult task for Cynthia to persuade Annie. She gives in quickly. Sleeping together will be like old times. Annie will sleep with her and Charlotte in that giant bed. Cynthia had told of that giant bed while on the trail. It is chilly and Jack is conservative. He would not waste heat any more than food. And Charlotte very much agreed with Jack. She likes sleeping in a cold room. They all are soon in their night attire on their backs looking at the ceiling. Charlotte and Cynthia have been conversing while preparing for bed. I have a little girl just a little younger than you. You are married then? Oh no, she is my adopted daughter. I am a virgin and I will be one until I am 18 to 20. Even if I marry before then, a girl should not have a baby until after they are at least 18. You are wise, Charlotte. I understand. I read all about that, but you marry the wrong boy. He will not let you wait that long. But Kyle, well, he thinks the same way we do, he agrees with us. I don't care about sex and marriage anyway. I am going to marry Kyle so no one can take my love for him away from me. I was hoping you would marry him too. I know he loves you very much and you love him as much. You will not have to wait as long as I will, but I know you will not keep me from loving him even if I am not married to him yet. Charlotte is a bit shocked at Cynthia's ways and her determined mindset. Charlotte speaks firmly as well, but it is not legal. Cynthia spits it out. She is just as firm. It is right back in the same way as Charlotte had, but it should be men marry men and women marry women. That is crazier than crazy, and men have sex with a whole bunch of different women, more than just two like Kyle. Kyle will be true to both of us. He will not have sex with a bunch of different women like that. I agree with all you say. It sounds sort of neat. I just don't know if we could do that. We could find a good lawyer and he could write a contract. It would be like any other contract. He could put it through court to make it legal, but it would be only for them. We would not need a legal contract. We would be true to each other anyway, wouldn't we? Yes, we certainly would. I know a lawyer that just might put some sense in the system of law. T.J. Russell could do it, if it is possible to be done. Annie with great concern speaks. Do you mean Bill's father? Yes, Bill's father. He could show those twisted politicians a few things too. Charlotte is lost in her thoughts. This is a crazy world. She is a bit confused. She supposed she could be happy married to Kyle with Cynthia, but she feels such a close relationship with Bill. It is as though Annie needs Bill, but Charlotte could not give up her relationship with Bill. It would not matter who they all married. Her relationship was much deeper than sex and marriage. She certainly thought it was anyway. At least it was different and seemed more important than marriage. Cynthia, it will be several years before the decision of marriage needs to be faced. It will all work out and you and Kyle will never need to give up your great love that you have, and I will always love both you and Kyle even if we do not marry. That will never change. Charlotte's last word put little Cynthia's mind at ease. It was not long before the misty of weariness drifted in and all three had escaped to their dream world. The next morning Charlotte learns an interesting fact. It is one of little Cynthia's shocking virtues. She takes charge of breakfast as an expert chef. She has Charlotte and Annie jumping to her bidding. It is as if she is the mistress of the house. The next day they make it up to the little cabin that is Cynthia's home. Some days are stormy. Some of those days are spent in the little cabin in the high country. It is mostly in the rec room. The rec room is much like the one at Jack's place. The entire workout runs generators. There is no energy wasted working against weights or springs. There is a circle of recliner chairs that face each other. The setup is quite unique. The gang had spent the night at the little cabin. It is workout, shower and breakfast, then they all settle down in the rec room. Kyle looks over at Annie. Are you Christian or are you an atheist? I don't know. What is an atheist? Is it some sort of religion? Chad and Bill are struck with humor but they don't laugh. It would be very rude. Both of them have a slight smile on their faces though. Neither of the boys is able to speak. They are without the words to respond to Annie. Charlotte comes to the boys' rescue. She thinks she does anyway. Annie, by the English dictionaries it is just someone that does not believe in the mythical gods, or for a better understanding they are not deceived in thinking that mythical gods exists. Gods are just a concept of human imagination. Most that think they are Christians do not know what they worship. The great creator is not a god. Gods are objects or concepts of worship. They are not creators. The religious are just ignorant. They are unaware of the true meaning and existence of life. Most do not know that the great creator is spirit. Many think of the great creator as some sort of a being in space somewhere. The great creator is the highest energy force existing. It is spirit. It can create. It holds all intelligence as well. In some ways it is like electricity, but it is far beyond and above electricity. Electricity is just an energy force that can be directed and controlled. It has no ability to create, nor does it have intelligence. Both are an energy force that cannot be seen. We understand and work with electricity by what it manifests or performs. Some would class nuclear fission in that class, but I do not view it that way. It is similar, but electricity is better for viewing spirit. Nuclear fission is perhaps a much more powerful energy force than electricity. The great creator is only as electricity in the view that we cannot see spirit, nor can we see electricity. They are altogether different in the fact that the great creator created electricity. Kyle speaks with concern. He is going to get to the bottom of this. I thought an atheist was one that says there is no higher power of creation. Kyle, the dictionaries say it is one that does not believe in gods or religious tradition, and the great creator is not a god. This classes me as an atheist. However, I know there is a great creator, that by great intelligence and great power has created the universe and life on this planet. A true atheist is an honest person. They are not deceived by something that they do not understand. I realize that Christianity considers an atheist as a bad person because they are not deceived by their myth and tradition. Kyle, can you believe in something that you do not understand or see? Kyle is looking at Charlotte, but he does not actually see her. He is searching his mind as never before. He must be very honest with Charlotte. There has been a haunting silence in the room. He searches his mind very intently, then he speaks. No, I don't know how any can believe something they do not understand. They are just deceiving themselves, and perhaps they are trying to fit into their circle of friends. Some fear thinking honestly, they will be damned if they don't fit in. There is a lot of fear that goes along with every religion. A little smile seeps into Kyle's face. I understand, it is true the religious are just ignorant. From my experience I find that they are afraid to think about fact and truth, as it may destroy what they call their faith. They have not built their life with facts and truth, it is really built on myth. It is true they are just unaware of the great creator. Annie speaks up. How do we know there is a great creator when we cannot see him? First, the great creator is neither a he nor she, there is no gender. Can you see electricity, Annie? No, you can see a spark, you can see lightning, it is caused by electricity, but it is not actually the electricity you see, it's just what electricity causes. Do you know that electricity actually exists, or is it just a belief without facts and truth? It is a fact and truth that everyone knows. When you do not see or understand something, does it not exist because you do not see or understand it? With a little smile Annie speaks. You may have some money in your pocket, but just because I cannot see it, doesn't make it vanish, it is just that I cannot see it. Annie, I do not view proving something to someone vital. Those that seek knowledge and wisdom will find that for which they search, that truth they find should be put to use in their life. We can only use what we understand. What we do not understand has no value to our life. Annie is still looking for answers. I understand what you say about proof, but I would like to know how you think. I will be as honest as I know how to be. I will do my best. I will try to explain. Do you know of anything on our planet that exists without a creator? Does it not take intelligence to design and create it? Annie looks puzzled. She is wondering why Charlotte would ask her such a question, but she should give Charlotte an honest answer. Everything must be created by someone, that is a fact that everyone knows, and it takes smarts, that is for sure. Let me put it in perspective. You stand looking at a building, it has exquisite design. Would you say it does not have a creator just because you did not know who built it? No, that would be silly. You would think that if it exists, it must have a creator then, though you don't know who the creator is, you know it must have a creator. This is where myth comes in. The religious tell things about the great creator that they do not know. They create dogmas and laws. They claim the great creator's authority. It is as if they are our great creator themselves. People are supposed to believe this or be damned. Annie is still looking for answers. Charlotte, have you studied evolution? Do you think there could be something to it? I understand the view that some have of evolution. Evolution does exist, it always has and it always will, it is built into creation. The great creator created evolution when everything else was created. The earth and the universes are constantly changing, they always have and they always will. Life itself is a constant change, it would not be life if it didn't change. Creation is like a machine that has been created to operate on its own, as automation in manufacturing, but the designer and creator can step in and manually control it. It is not a runaway horse, as to speak as a metaphor. This is what we express as a miracle. For those who have not been privileged to experience a miracle, I sympathize and understand their difficulty in their concept view of a great creator that created the universe and life.